Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be looking at how to grow an Instagram theme page in 2021. Now, I know a lot of you on this channel are interested in growing your Instagram theme pages. You're constantly looking for tips and tricks on how to get that growth, how to get more followers, how to get more engagement on your theme pages, and ultimately turn them into businesses at a later date. Now, I have a big list of Instagram videos that I've previously posted on this channel, and I go into in-depth details in terms of what I've been doing, how you can monetize an Instagram account, and sort of the best methods of getting to that point where you can start making money. But in those videos, I don't really go into a lot of detail in terms of actually physically showing you on Instagram how to find a good niche to actually start, or how to find viral content on those niches to actually be posting. So in this video, I kind of want to go through that with you and talk about a little bit of everything that you can be doing on your Instagram theme page that is just going to help you in general. Over the last couple of months, a lot of you guys have been sending me your Instagram theme pages on my business Instagram. So I've been looking through them and kind of reviewing them and helping some of you guys out in the DMs. And that's kind of given me a good idea on where you guys are at. You know, a lot of you are posting amazing content and you've got these beautiful brands, but you're just not getting enough traction to actually get you a good following and the engagement that is going to put you on the explore page. Obviously, getting on the explore page is the main goal with a theme page, because that is how you're going to grow your account quickly. You know, you're going to get a lot of fresh eyes on your content, you're going to get more followers, more engagement, and you're going to keep getting pushed up on that explore page and gaining momentum with your theme page. And that is the ultimate goal. You know, the first 10,000 followers, that's probably the trickiest part. You can do the follow and then unfollow method up until that point, and then when you get there, you kind of just want to rely heavily on your content and viral videos that's going to be putting you on the explore page. So before we get into this video, hit that like button, it helps me so much. This channel has been growing on leaps and bounds. We was on 12 subs about 6 months ago, and now we're almost pushing on 600. So I'm very, very thankful for that, and I appreciate all of you guys that watch my videos. But yeah, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and let's keep the growth going. Yeah, let's go. But without further ado, I'm going to continue and we can start talking about the best niches in Instagram and where I'll be looking to start building pages and what niches I'd be growing them in. It's always best if you have an end goal in mind. When I was starting my theme pages, I always made sure what could come from this, what could I eventually turn this into? And as long as you structure that out at the beginning, you'll have a pretty clear goal on what you need to be doing along the way to ensure that when you get to that point of 100,000, 200,000 followers, you have a clear execution on the things that you'd already planned to do. You know, the worst thing you can do, what I did when I first started out was I made a food account, got it to 70, 100K followers, and literally did nothing with it because it wasn't something I was interested in and I had no idea on what I wanted to be doing on it. You know, I'd sell the odd advertisement every now and then, but nothing to get excited about, and to be honest, it wasn't even worth my time posting it. You know, it was just such a measly amount of money that it was pointless for me. It didn't make sense for me to keep growing that account. For example, the accounts that I now run, I'm in sort of the ocean and marine aquarium niche, and I have products that are based around that niche that I've been creating in China, and I've been working with sort of global manufacturers, and now I have sort of my own product that I'm selling, and it's my own sort of business. So that's all come from having this Instagram following and sort of having that clear goal of what I want to achieve from that. Now, in other videos, I've spoken about the best niches in e-commerce for 2021. This kind of leads me into my next point in talking about what good niches you could start on Instagram, because right now, 2021, we're in lockdown. We're probably gonna be in lockdown for a good part of this year, and it's a really good time to get in front of the right people with the right product. So e-commerce is just gonna keep on growing this year. Now, if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up here somewhere. I talk about the gym niche, I talk about the home health, sort of the home office niche and that sort of thing, and how they're good industries and niches to be in on e-commerce right now, because everyone's stuck at home, no one can go to the gym, they're all doing home workouts. So, you know, if you made an Instagram page based around home workouts, you know, sharing professional athletes workout videos or gym motivation, weight loss plans, this sort of thing, not only can you make money off the ads, not only can you make money off sort of brand deals, but you could be selling your own product, whether that's on fulfillment by Amazon and you're, you know, white labeling resistance bands, or maybe you've got your own dropshipping store where you're selling different home workout equipment. Or perhaps you're a gym enthusiast yourself and you've created a workout guide and you now just advertise for free on your own Instagram page alongside posting viral content that's constantly bringing new eyes to the page, and they're clicking links in your bio that send them to your ebook or something like that. You know, the possibilities are endless with a theme page, and it's definitely worth looking into. The niche that I would look at starting is a little bit of a debatable one. I mean, dogs and cat cat pages are so popular on Instagram. There's so many, and to be honest, it's pretty saturated. But that being said, in 2020, the amount of pets that were purchased and the amount of dog, cats that were bought whilst people were in lockdown absolutely shot through the roof. And alongside that, people have been on their phones more, they're spending more time on social media because there's nothing to do. So that could actually be a good niche to start now, you know? The need for pet products are ultimately gonna go up. More people are interested in pets at the moment. More people are looking at videos of dogs and cats online because they've now got a dog, you know? So they're kind of new to the whole pet game. So with the cat and the dog niche, they're pretty easy pages to grow because there's just so much content out there that, you know, you can literally be posting 20 times a day and you will never ever run out of new videos. So now we've got a good idea on what niches we could be starting in 2021. Let's look a little bit deeper and actually figure out how we're gonna start growing these pages and what we need to be doing on our theme pages to really see that explosion in growth and start growing, okay? So let's have a look at that. Okay, my camera battery's just died and I've just sat here for 30 minutes waiting for them to recharge, but we're back, okay? So it may have seemed like a seamless transition for you guys, but for me, it took a long time, okay? I'm not gonna go into detail about the follow and unfollow method. You guys have probably seen a million videos on that, and I have a video that I'll link here as well that you can go back to and watch, but I will be looking and showing you some different techniques that I use, how to find really good content, sort of how I set up and run my accounts as well, and then also sort of tools and tips, but going into reels and talking about what sort of content types I post that achieve the best engagement for me and grow my accounts quickest. Now, going into the section of this video, guys, I firstly just want to apologize for the lighting, okay? I'm from the UK, it's depressing, the weather sucks, it's always raining, it's always grey, so unlike you Americans, we don't have nice sunny days where the sun beams in and glistens off our face. It's literally like working out of the backyard of Hogwarts every single day of our lives, and it creates some pretty dismal looking effects on YouTube. We're getting there slowly but surely, okay? I will improve. So look, let's jump straight into my phone. Let's have a look at me showing you the points that I want to go through today and ultimately helping you build that Instagram account of yours. So the first thing I want to talk about is how to find good content on your pages. It's pretty simple. I've spoken about it before in other videos where you can go one or two ways with it, right? It depends how much work you want to put into your theme page. But if you want to be really, really hands-on, which I really recommend doing at the start, this is the method for you. This is how you should be finding your content. But there are automated ways of doing it where you can mass download content from bigger pages, and then you just schedule all of them posts across the month and sort of reshare them on your theme pages. This is a good way of doing it to fill in gaps when potentially you've got a lot of different pages going on. But recently I've seen much better growth, especially in the beginning parts of 2021, with manually managing all of your pages and ensuring that you post every piece of content yourself and not using any automation tools. So that's something to bear in mind. You know, automation tools could still be working absolutely fine, but from my end and with my accounts, I've definitely seen an increase in engagement just with the posts that I am posting manually. So that's something I've taken on board. But look, this is how I find my content and this is how you guys can too. So yeah, I'm on Discover Ocean. I know this is a big page. They've got 2.8 million followers, and the stuff they post gets a lot of engagement. Right now, obviously they do have a lot of followers, but it gives you a good idea on what posts you could be resharing. So, you know, just clicking through this one's got 500,000 views. Let's see, this one's got 240K. This one got 58K likes, 610K, 429K. This one's not too good. 624K. So look, you get the idea. You can kind of go through pages that are bigger than yours in the same niche, and you can sort of cherry pick the best pieces of content that have gone viral for them. You know, you can use a similar caption. They should have already the credit for each creator. That video didn't, but if we look here, you know, what has been your best scuba encounter? Becky Kagan Scott via Girls That Scuba. So they're already tagging the content creators. You can use that information when you reshare it. You simply come to the top of the video, copy the link, use an app like Regrammer to then go through and download that content. Now, if you go on the App Store and just type in Instagram downloader, there's so many different apps that you can use. They're pretty much all free. I wouldn't recommend paying for any. You don't need to. And that is how you get the content on your phone. Obviously, if you've got a caption template that you use that. If you don't, go to the description of this video and I will include mine. And you can just use that, you know, have a look at hashtag research. I'm gonna link another website that I use for that. and kind of just get going from there. But again, look at what people are hashtagging this content as. If you don't see any hashtags in the description of the video themselves, you can go to the comments, and usually you'll see the top comment is from the theme page itself, and you can see the hashtags that they've used. So I'd always recommend doing that. Do a little bit of research on what they're doing, what's working for them, and just replicate it on your page. It's pretty simple. Going through this, you can find other big pages simply by clicking this top arrow that goes down. Now, a lot of you probably know this already, but it's just a really nice little tool to help you, gain momentum when you're looking for new accounts to follow and looking for bigger theme pages to almost copy and replicate, because you can get a big list of other accounts. Now, this one's probably not a good example because they're a pretty big page and it's kind of linking Nat Geo and stuff like that. This usually works better when you find pages with like 100K. So if we go onto my page, for example, it has a smaller following, so it should work a lot better. Yeah, so as you can see, Ocean Lovers United, Snagfish, Discover Wildlife, Geosafari, Save Our Oceans. These are all pages that are smaller, but they're still posting good content, and you can still kind of see what's working for them. In terms of what content to post, this topic isn't really spoken about too much. I have discussed the benefit of Reels recently, and I've spoken about that in a previous video. But that is the content I would really be looking at posting. So let's have a look at my page, for example, and the Reels that I'm posting, and you can kind of see the level of engagement some of these videos actually get. We've got 1.1 million views here, 817K, 934K, 2.3 million views. Like, these videos are blowing up. If we hit the explore page, we can literally see Instagram are pushing these Reels on everyone's feeds because they're trying to compete with TikTok. They're trying to compete with this really sort of entertaining content that TikTok has, where it's seamless. You can sit there for hours on the same platform just scrolling through these feeds and watching these Reel videos. So in terms of what should you be posting on your Instagram, I'd be posting a mixture of stuff. On a daily basis, I kind of post 1 to 2 videos, maybe 1 image and a Reel. And I find, covering them bases is what really helps me. I might chuck in a carousel post every couple of days, but because I have so many accounts, I do try to go through the manual posting process pretty quickly. So I tend to just post 2 videos, 1 image, and then a Reel. Again, this is something you can trial out. Some people only post videos and that works fine. Some people only post photos, and I've even seen some people only posting Reels. But all that tells me is that what I'm telling you now about Reels is true, and it's definitely something to be focusing on in 2021 with your Instagram theme page growth strategies. That was a long one. Okay, I've also spoken about in other videos the need for really building sort of a community around your page. You need to be ensuring you're actively engaging with people that are commenting on your video, because that tells Instagram that you are an active member. You're not just someone who's got a theme page who just sits back and acts like a robot posting videos for people to watch, never really engages with any content on Instagram, or never really engages in their following. Now, this is obviously speculative and it might not necessarily be 100% accurate, but from my perspective and my experience, whenever I've got involved with actually speaking to my following, so I'm posting stories that have polls, I'm posting stories that are actually asking questions, it always comes back tenfold. I'm always getting a lot more engagement on my posts, a lot more comments, a lot more DMs from the followers that are saying, I love this page, I love the content you're posting, please post more, this sort of stuff. And I think that really helps with Instagram. I think Instagram see that, and they see that you're a real person and you're spending time on the app and spending time on your own pages. And that really helps. It's something you should definitely consider. And when you're first starting out, you put in them extra hours, or you put in that extra 10 minutes and sit on your recent posts and respond to comments and that sort of thing. You start building a mindset with your followers that are saying, hey, look, if I comment on this post, I get a response from this big page. And it's like this weird vanity thing. People want that. They want that engagement. They want to feel like they're part of something. They don't just want to have some random page posting every day 5 times and it's a faceless thing, It's all about being human. It's about actually engaging with people and sort of creating a narrative. So definitely consider that. Just try it out. All of these things that I'm talking about today, they're not necessarily set in stone and an exact formula to follow, but based on my experience, I would definitely recommend looking a little bit deeper into how you can sort of create that community. I want to show you another little tip on my phone right here, how you can boost your engagement on your post when you first post it too. So whenever I post a video, a new photo, or a reel, I'll always share that to my Instagram story. So As you can see here, pretty much everything that I've posted, I've also sent to my story by clicking this little button here. So share, add post to story. Now what that does, that puts that at the front of everyone's newsfeed. If we go back to home, when people are going through their feed on a daily basis, them stories are sat right at the top of the page. Now, if you post 4 pieces of content per day, you essentially reset that story positioning 4 times per day. So that may sound a little bit confusing, but I'll try to explain it a little bit better. If we posted 2 hours ago this story, right? That would come to the front of people's feeds at the top here. Now, eventually throughout the day, that would then start to drop back. Other pages are starting to post and other stories are starting to take over yours because they were posted more recently. Now, if you go to your next post and you share that to your story, that puts you back at the front again. And both 2 pieces of content are gonna be the #1 on that story feed for everyone that follows you. So you kind of get the idea, you know, when you do that 4 times, you give yourself more chances of being that #1 spot for people's stories when they're clicking through and finding, you know, new pieces of content to consume. So that's another hot little tip and something you should definitely be doing. You know, don't just focus on feed activity. Make sure you are posting stories, whether that's literally just sharing your own content and telling people to go and see your new post. You know, you can add little stickers that say, hey, new post here, or click here today. There's so many different things you can do on stories. It's very interactive. You can add GIFs, you can have polls, you can have questions, these weird little slidey things that ask how much people rate your video, different things like that. Something worth noting as well is consistency on Instagram. Now, I've fell victim to this several times on some of my bigger pages where I kind of got complacent. I kind of started automating everything and I didn't really focus on posting quality content. I was just going for quantity. Being consistent on Instagram is super important because it tells the algorithm that, like I said, you're a human, you're not a robot, and this is something they're looking at. You know, this is a pretty advanced and developed algorithm that can kind of read really small data points and sort of timings and how long you spend on the app and this sort of thing. You need to remain consistent with not only your posting schedule, but also the quality of content that you are posting. Now, sometimes when I take over my posting manually, I kind of drop out of the loop and I might miss a couple of days. But with one account in particular, and that's actually Earth Aquatic, I didn't post for probably a month. Now, before that month, all of my videos were hitting the Explore. I was getting hundreds of thousands of views on pretty much every video that I posted. You know, my reels were hitting millions of views and this sort of thing. But after not posting for a month, when I started posting again, my views were really, really low. My engagement was low, and it's only now that I've been manually posting again for the last sort of couple of weeks that I've seen that growth start to come back. So I was actually getting 20,000 followers a week at one point when I really had that momentum behind me and all of that content was just growing in views and likes and shares and that sort of thing. But since I stopped posting, that has slowed down to almost 200 followers a day, which obviously isn't ideal, but you know, that's the price I have to pay for getting complacent and getting lazy with it. So if you're gonna go for this, set your goals to a manageable level. You know, if you think that posting 4 times a day manually is too much for you, aim to post 1, aim to post 2. You don't need to be posting 4 times per day, but if you can, great. If you can't, set it to a point that works for you, okay? Everyone's different. Everyone's doing different things. You might be working full time. You might be at school. So if you can't get on Instagram, do it in a way that works. Now, I really recommend you guys going to watch any of these videos on my channel. These are gonna go into a little more detail in some of the more tips and tricks, you know, how to get more followers, how to create and post a reel, other sort of growing tips on Instagram that you can use. This video today, I hope it's gonna help you get started with your niche page in 2021 and kind of show you the groundwork that you have to put in, and especially how I'm managing my pages in 2021 too. If you did enjoy this video, please smash that like button. It goes such a long way, and we are a growing channel. We are slowly getting there. It's like this Instagram thing. We have to be consistent. We have to keep posting, and I have to keep providing value to you guys, which I absolutely love doing. And if you like me doing it, hit the like button. It doesn't take you long. Whilst you're there, you might as well subscribe. You might as well, okay? So that's enough from me today. Go and get started, start playing around on Instagram. And if you've got any questions, then just message me on Instagram too. I'll put my bio right here. Go and search me up, give me a follow, shoot me a message. I will get back to you. We can go through anything that you need to know. But with that being said, and with my dodgy lighting, I'll give your eyes a rest for the rest of the day, and I will leave you to it. Thank you again for watching, guys, and I'm incredibly grateful if you've sat through the length of this video. See you next time with more Instagram content and more online business.